is Sridevi, Assistant Professor, Department of ISC HJBIT.
Hello everybody, let us take a look at your 12th lab program in data structure. The objective of this program is to read employee records and store these records into a hash table. So firstly, hashing is a technique which converts keys into indexes. So given a key as input, it will give you an index as output, and based on the index we are going to store the data in that particular memory area. So given in this case, each employee record is going to be uniquely determined using some 4 digit keys, which needs to be taken in as the key to the hash function. So it is taken as the input to the hash function, and the hash function will be giving you the address as the output. In that address we are going to store the employee record. So first of all, let us take a look at your hashing. So let us say this is the key, and the memory space available for you is 20. So we are going to do a modulus with the value 20, and it will give you an output. So at that particular output we are going to store the particular data. So this is how you are going to store the data into your hash table. So if you look at the key 17, so 17 mod 20 gives you 17 as the output, and this will be stored, the record will be stored at the address 17. So let us take a look at the program first. So we are using some of the header files. We have defined the size of our hash table as 3. We can increase the size of the hash table. The structure for the employee data or the employee records is defined as shown here. So we are using 3 fields. So first field is the flag. So flag is used to indicate if the particular memory space has been occupied or not. EID is to store the employee ID. ENAME is used to store the employee name. So this is the structure, and we need to allocate memory for the structure in order to be able to actually store the data in the memory. So this is done in this particular code. Here you can see that we have used the struct employee, and we have defined the name as EMP with the size as max, that is we can store 3 records into the hash table. The objective is to use the remainder method in order to insert the data. So as you can see, the remainder methods look somewhat like this. The key is taken and it is modulus with the memory size, and it will give you the address as the output. So when you look at that, we can see take a look at the hash function first. So it is taking the key as input, and key mod max will give you the remainder on division. So in this case max is 3. If the key is 2000, so if you divide it by 3, what is the remainder? So based on that value, so that remainder is going to be used in order to store your data into the hash table. So as you can see, when you do a modulus operation, you will get an output of 0, 1 or 2. So depending on the input. So that is where we are going to store the data. 2 keys can hash to the same address. This is called as collision. As you can see here, the value 2 and 42 both hash to the address 2. This is called as collision. This can be handled by using one of the collision resolution methods. In our program, we are going to use linear probing, which is just looking for the next available space and storing the record in the available space. Let us assume the index we have got is 2. So we are going to look at the address 3 next to see if it is free. If it is free, that particular address is used, or that particular memory space is used to store our data. Let us take a look at our program. So coming to your main function, so we are simply displaying a message, says collision handling by linear probing. Initially, when your address space is empty or your hash table is empty, so we are going to indicate it by just initializing the flag field to -1. So just to know if the space has been used or not. So if for that purpose we are using a for loop. So since we have only 3 spaces, 0, 1 and 2 will be the indexes available for us. Flag, EID and ENAME are the places available for you, or fields available. We are simply just updating EMP that is the array, emp of 0. So this is the field, this is the row. In that row we are going to set the flag field as -1. I gets incremented to 1. So the process is repeated and all the flag fields are set to -1, just to indicate that these particular spaces have not been used yet. Next we are going to start with an infinite loop wherein we have been given two choices, insert and display. Depending on the choice, the respective function will be called and the operation will be executed. Now let us go for your insert function wherein we are going to try to insert a new record into this particular hash table. So coming to your insert function, so here we can see we are just taking the details from the user. So printf statements will just print the messages, enter emp id, and it takes the input from the user. Next we are going to enter the employee name, the same is taken from the user. Once it is taken, the employee id, that is your unique key, it is taken and passed as an argument to your hash function. So when you look at the hash function, so it just, the control moves to the hash function, and the key which was inserted, it is going to be evaluated here as the key. So if the key inserted is 15, so what it does is we are just doing a modulus with the value 3, and since the value 15 is divisible by 3, it is going to give the remainder as 0, and it is going to return that as the index value. So the control goes back to the calling function, so which is right here. So now the address is going to be 0. We are just displaying the address onto the screen, so it will display a message saying address equal to 0. Now we are going to look at the 0 row and check if the flag value is -1. As you remember, we have not inserted anything into the hash table, hence this condition is going to be true. Now what we are doing is we are just taking the ID that was entered by the user and storing it in the EID field of the employee array. Now we are going to change the flag as 1 to indicate that there has been a insertion and that particular address space has been filled. And we are going to copy the name, so name of the employee, into the ename field. So we will just fill it up here just to indicate it. So this value is going to be changed to 1. Let us say the employee ID is 15, so 15 is inserted. Let us insert one more element into our hash table. Let us assume I want to insert the element 9 into the hash table. So employee ID is 9, employee name can be anything. Now we are going to give the ID as an input to your hash function, and the hash function will generate an address. As you know, 9 is again divisible by 3, and the hash address is going to give you the answer as 0 again. So address is displayed onto the screen. Now when we look at emp of 0.flag, the flag field is already set to 1. So as we know, we had already inserted an element into the position 0, and for that reason, so the value is going to be not -1. So in this case, what will happen is we have to look for the next available space and insert it into the next space available. Let us go back and look at the insert function. So it will go to your else part, wherein it is just giving a message saying collision detected, probe function. So in your linear probing function, so the address is passed as a parameter. So the address is currently 0. So we are going to look for the next available space. So as you remember, only one of the spaces have been filled, and that value has been set to 1. The other values are -1. So 0, 1, 2 is the available spaces. Now when you do address plus 1, we will get the value as 1. 1 mod max, that is 1 mod 3, will give you the remainder as 1 itself. While 1 is not equal to the address, so 1 not equal to address is 0. The condition is true. We are going to check if that particular slot is empty and available for use. In this case, as the flag field has been set to -1, it indicates that this particular slot is available. Go to your else part and it is going to break here. If this particular value is set to 1, then it will keep looking for the next available space until it is found, or until it goes back to the address 0. In this case, since slot 1 is free, we are going to be able to use it. So it will return the value 1. So the address value which is returned, it is going to be stored as the new address. So the new address what you got as 1. So 1 is not equal to minus 1, the condition is true. So at that time we are going to be able to actually store the new data into your slot 1. So ID will be stored in EID field, 1 will be stored as a flag, and the name is going to be copied as the ename. In case if all the 3 slots are full, it is going to display a message saying hash table is full and cannot do a new insertion. So this is how you are going to detect and handle collisions in case of your program. So in this case, value 9 is getting inserted in the position 1. Let us say the ename is ABC. So this is how we are handling the collisions by using linear probing. Let us come to the display function. Display function is used to display the elements in your hash table or employee records which are there in the hash table. So in this case, we are just displaying a header on top, the key, employee ID and employee name. The key is nothing but your index, the hash table index. So we are going to display it onto the screen. Since we have 3 available slots, so we are going to start from the position 0 till the position max. We are going to display only if the flag is not minus 1. So if the employee flag field is not minus 1, we are going to display the index, the employee ID and employee name. We are going to continue this until all the elements or all the records have been displayed onto the screen.